Hi, my name is Mike Quinn, and this is the Ultimate Frontline Leadership Training Podcast. Today we're going to be talking about why the front line needs more carrots. All right, so what's the deal about carrots? It's been a long-held belief that you motivate people by using one of two basic methods. Either by using a carrot or a stick. And that old analogy of trying to get a donkey to do something, you've got a guy with a carrot, hanging over his forehead so that he'll walk trying to eat the carrot and get him, that motivates him to move. And there's also the stick. So if the carrot doesn't work, smack him on the butt with a stick, and that should motivate him to move. So those are usually the two basic ways people motivate people today. And I got to say, I'm really usually only seeing one method. I'm seeing the stick an awful lot. People are getting penalized for not doing things or penalized for doing things they shouldn't be doing. All this penalizing of things, of people, it's really not where we should be focusing our attention. We should be focusing our attention on using the carrot, on making it happy that people should do things, making it a positive experience to get the job done correctly or fast, or be the first one finished, or etc. The carrot is a bribe, and the stick is the brute force. And all I'm seeing out there is mainly just sticks. Everybody's just threatening people with sticks all the time. Get that thing done over there, or we're going to write you up if you don't get here on time again, or blah blah blah. There's a lot of sticks out there, and I'm not seeing very many managers being trained on how to use the carrot. And so that's what we're going to talk about today. Why has the carrot fallen so far out of favor with the current management talent? I think it's probably because that's all that's being demonstrated today. People are seeing managers just threaten people and punish people for doing stuff, and it's all this negativity going on in the workplace, and there's not a lot of positive stuff going on. And since the modeled behavior is negative, everybody thinks that's just the way it should be done, and that's the way things are handled. But there is another way. There's the bribe. There's, hey, you guys, clean up your areas really good, and I've got this bag of candy here. I'm going to toss some out for you guys. You guys get this done really quickly. Or look at what happened in school. In school, you had gym class, and maybe you had to run some laps. And the first one's done, got to go in and take the shower early. The last ones had to do wind sprints or, some other things. So there's the carrot, meaning go home early. And there's the stick, meaning if you're in the last, that means you're going to do even more. And so that's we all have experiences with carrots and sticks. And oftentimes when we're growing up, we're shown both of them. But for some reason, lately, all we're really experiencing is just the stick. We've forgotten completely about the carrot. And the carrot's a really important management tool. As a matter of fact, it's the most effective management tool you're going to find you have. And there's a lot of ways. You don't have to bribe people with candy or gift certificates or things. You can bribe them by just saying, hey, that was a great job you did. Anything positive is a bribe. So anytime you tell somebody they did a great job, you just bribed them. You just told them they did something really good and they feel positive about it, they feel good about it. That was a bribe. That was definitely not a stick. A stick you're going to feel. When you're insulted for, demeaned for not doing something correctly or what have you, that's the stick. And while the stick has an important place in management, it is not the only tool we have in our toolbox. That's why managers have this vast, huge toolbox of management techniques to get things done. It's so that when a certain situation calls for one technique, you use that. If another situation calls for a different technique, you use that one. And so carrots and sticks are oftentimes used when we're trying to motivate people or getting a higher standard of performance out of somebody. So why is it that we're just using sticks nowadays? I don't know. I think that's probably just because the management turnover is high. And the management turnover is high today because nobody's training the managers. So if you're not training, you're not getting trained in your management position, and you feel frustrated every time you turn around, somebody's giving you grief, then, you're you don't want to stay a manager very long. You want to go back to being the employee because nobody's listening to you. Nobody's doing, the things that you need them to do. That's because you haven't been trained on these different management techniques that are going to get you better results. And that's what I'm here to try to help you to see, that there are many more ways to motivate your crew than just threatening them with a stick. The stick is only to be broken out in case of emergency, um, or to enforce company standards, or to let people know these are the guidelines. You don't want to go outside of this behavior. Anything outside, to the left or to the right or the up or the below, is not acceptable behavior, and it's something that will be negatively viewed and negatively reviewed. Let's take some management examples. Okay, just recently, I was asked to go outside and push some carts. Now, it was really hot outside, and they were limiting the time you spend outside because they don't want you getting overheated. And so it was supposed to be just an hour. So they sent me outside, told me it was for an hour. I go outside, hour goes by. I'm waiting to be called back in. I'm still pushing carts. Hour and a half goes by. I still haven't been called in. I'd just been yelled at for coming in when I hadn't been called. I was told to wait until I'd been called, and so I was waiting. And so 2 hours later, I finally walked in. And I said, "Hey, you guys didn't call me back after an hour." I looked, and my name wasn't even on the board. So somebody had erased my name off the board, probably meant to call me back in, didn't, and because my name is off the board, I'm now no longer a thought. So now, once again, I've been forgotten outside on an extremely hot day. And so I figured, okay, well, great. I did 2 hours, so everybody's going out for an hour, so I did my 2 tours. After lunch, I go back to report to work again, and the manager asked me, okay, well, how many times have you been outside? I said, well, I've been outside once, but it was for 2 hours. She goes, well, then you were just out once then, right? I said, well, but it was for 2 hours. Okay, you only been out once? Okay, go back outside. And that was it. So I'm being punished for working more than I should have been. Somebody should have made it up to me. Somebody should have said, oh, Mike, we're so sorry. We didn't call you in on time. All right, well, that does count as two. You don't have to worry about it for the rest of the day. They should have made it up to me. But instead, I got laughed at and told to go back out again. So that stick big time. And a manager did not even try to make it up to me that I'd been harmed, and okay, let me make it right for you, Mike. No, we're going to make things right for the customers, but for employees, we're just going to punish the crap out of you and just tell you to go back out there and do it again because it's funny. And she laughed, and she thought it was really funny. She's sending me out there to go out for my third hour when nobody's going out there for 3 hours. So it was an insulting exchange. And it's highly indicative of the stuff that's going on nowadays. People are just, managers are thinking that they can do whatever they want to people and there's nothing they can do about it. And they just go around, just abusing their employees. And this is the stuff that's making people quit and rethink their time in frontline companies. And I'm telling you, life in the front lines can be great. It can be wonderful, but not when your team is meaner to you than even the meanest customers that you run across during the day. When your team is meaner to you than the public, then you're definitely going to start thinking about where else should I go work then, because this isn't just working. This isn't happening. So anyway. So carrots and sticks, not just sticks. And remember, if you harm one of your crew, you got to make it up to them because, they're going to be following you. And if you want your crew to follow you joyfully and with a great attitude so they can help their customers with a great attitude, you got to make it possible for them to have a great attitude at work. All right. You're in control of a lot of the atmosphere out there. You don't even realize how much control you have over the mood of your crew. Laughing at them for, forgot to call you back in. Go back out there again. That's not going to win you any friends. It's going to make immediate deposits in the resentment bank, and they're not going to trust you. You may think it's funny, but you're the only one who does, and everybody else now is going to hear about it. People are going to be talking and gossiping and stuff, and now your reputation is now taking a big hit. It doesn't have to be that way. Matter of fact, it shouldn't be that way. And unfortunately, it all too often is that way. So if you harm one of your crew, make it up to them. Just like if you're going to make up to a customer who didn't get what they were looking for, you're going to make it up to your crew who's not getting what they were looking for too. If you made a mistake and didn't call your crew in, or didn't change their shifts correctly, or didn't get their assignments correctly, whatever, if you made a mistake, you got to fix it. The buck stops with you. Management is the end all of responsibility. If someone's going to take a responsibility for a situation, it's got to be a manager. Crew, regular employees don't feel like, they're getting paid to take responsibility for stuff. So if you made a decision, that's your responsibility. And so you got to make sure that you're using all the tools you possibly can in that toolbox, not just the stick, but use that carrot as often as possible. As a matter of fact, whenever you go to go to motivate somebody, think in terms of carrot and stick. So think in terms of, okay, if you finish all this stuff today, you get to go home early. And if you don't finish it all today, then you're going to have to tell me how come it didn't get done. So carrot and stick. Think of both of those situations in the same motivational technique. And that way the employee has a choice. They can either rise up and meet the challenge, or they can just not rise up at all and get what's coming to them for that. So that's going to be consequences for their behaviors. But shouldn't there be more positive outcomes for their behaviors as well? Shouldn't things be fun at work? Shouldn't it be happy that, oh yeah, I did my stuff on time and I got to go 15 minutes early? Or hey, I cleaned up underneath the fryers and stuff and I got a coupon for free pizza, or whatever. So there should be carrots and sticks, not just sticks. Too many people are using only sticks nowadays, and you really need to learn how to use the carrot as well. And so just like all of these other videos that I'm making, if you find something that really strikes a nerve with you and says, okay, this is something I really need to work on and something easy I can really do, then watch this video over and over and over again. Watch it every day. And then go out there and remember carrot and stick, carrot and stick, carrot and stick. And just think about it all the time. And, because we need more carrots out there, man. Those employees are working hard. They're working all over the place. They're getting grief from customers and they're getting grief from you. They're really trying to figure out, why am I still here if that's all they keep getting is grief? Well, don't give them grief. Give them reasons why they want to come to work. Give them reasons why they want to work with you. Give them reasons why you're the best person to work for, and you're really going to look after them and make sure that they're going to have a successful work life, and they're going to have fun while they're at work as well. All right. So I hope this works great for you. Remember, watch this video every day and over and over and over again until it becomes a part of your habit. All right. I'll see you next week.